Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Kristen and I upload videos every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. So I hope you like what you see and decide to stick around. So today I'm going to be telling you guys about my hair loss and the fact that I have alopecia. It's stress-related alopecia, and honestly I don't know a ton about it. I only know what my doctor told me, and he didn't seem very informative, to be honest. So if you've been watching my vlogs that I upload every Saturday, then you know pretty much what's going on, and you pretty much have all the information. But I know not everybody watches my vlogs on Saturdays, so I thought I'd go ahead and make a whole video just dedicated to the fact that my hair is falling out and I now have alopecia. So what is alopecia? Before being diagnosed with it, when I heard alopecia, what came to my mind were extreme cases, which at the time I didn't realize they were extreme cases. I thought that was just like the norm. Like if you had alopecia, then you were pretty much bald. You might have like, you know, a few spots where your hair is trying to grow back, but overall you don't have any hair. My first I want to call it experience, but the first time that I heard anything about alopecia was actually when MTV had that show. I think it's called Real Life, and there was a girl on there with the extreme case of alopecia, and she like wore wigs and stuff, and that was my first and the first time being introduced to the disorder. And that's always what I thought of when I heard of it, was like, oh, that's like pretty much total hair loss and not a lot left on your head. That's what I thought it was. So, finding out that I have alopecia. For a few weeks now, and if you've been watching my vlogs on the weekends, then you totally know all of this. I have been really stressed out about some financial things that have been going on. And I've never been one to handle stress well, to be honest. I've never had a lot of stress in my life, but anytime that I do have stress, I just typically don't handle it well, and I just kind of want to like shut down and like crawl in a hole and be super passive about whatever's going on. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog eating. My critters are hanging out in here. They're the critter crew. They're always around. So I don't know if you can hear her or not. She's like right here chewing on some food. So anybody else's dog like feel the need to bring their food to where you're at to eat it? Like my dog cannot just stay in the back of the house where her food bowl is and eat. Like she has to bring it to where I'm at to eat it. Anybody else have that problem? No, just me? Okay. Anyways, yeah, I've just been really stressed out lately, and I've never been one to handle stress very well. I ended up having my first actual like anxiety attack, and it was not fun. I'd never had one before. And like 2 days after that, my husband noticed a bald spot on the back of my head, and I will insert a picture now. Yeah, big old bald spot in the back of my head, about the size of, I'd say, probably a tennis ball. Pretty big size. And almost like perfect ovals, as you can see in that picture. And I didn't know what it was. I was like, oh my God, like why do I have a giant bald spot in the back of my head? I was mortified. I mean, I'm sure if you are a girl, you probably understand where I'm coming from. And I was just dumbstruck, like why would my hair fall out? Like what is going on? I have no idea. So I started talking to one of my friends about it, and she said, you know, maybe it's postpartum hair loss. If you're new to my channel, I have a son who is a year old now. But I was thinking, you know, like I've heard of postpartum hair loss, but I've always heard of it being like here towards the front, maybe a little bit of thinning throughout the whole hair, but I never heard of like a bald spot in the back of the head. I was like, with that, you know, I don't know. Like I was like, maybe, but like I'm like a year out from having him. Can it happen that late? And like, I just never heard of it happening where I had it. So I sent a picture of it to my hairdresser because, you know, like it's expensive to go to the doctor. So I sent a picture to my hairdresser thinking, you know, she's a hairdresser, maybe she's seen this before. Like, this looks like some kind of a pattern. Like, it's like almost like a perfect oval. Like, I've never heard of this before. So I sent a picture to my hairdresser, and she tells me, oh, that looks like alopecia. She says that it's typically stress related, seen in young girls, that the hair will typically grow back, but it could come in white, and it could come in short and like textured. I'm not really sure how to explain it, but she said it's called exclamation hair. And that it could be caused by a thyroid disorder. She said, you know, it's probably stress related, but it could be thyroid, and that I needed to go to the doctor and get it checked out. So since she told me to go to the doctor, I went ahead and made an appointment, and they did blood work to test my thyroid, and everything came back negative. But when I was at the doctor, he looked at it and he did confirm that yes, it is alopecia. He seemed to lean towards it being stress-related alopecia, and which is what it turned out to be after getting the blood work done. But what happens, and he wasn't super informative. Like, he had to, I wouldn't call it a Google search, but like his computer there in the doctor's office, like he had to look it up in their system, like what is alopecia, and like tell me everything that he could find on it. And he got like a book and looked it up in a book. And it was very clearly in a pattern that is connected with alopecia. That's what happens, is it comes out in like this almost perfect circle or oval shaped pattern towards the back of the head. You can have multiple spots, and sometimes you will have almost complete hair loss where you just have the little patches of hair, but that's more of an extreme case, which, as I mentioned before, when I first learned about alopecia, I thought that was like the norm, and it's not. A lot of times you'll just get like a bald spot. And alopecia, according to my doctor, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm sure there are people out there who have been to the dermatologist and all of that stuff, people who are like more knowledgeable. And my doctor told me, like, if I have no hair growth within the next 3 months, then I would need to come back to see him to get a referral for a dermatologist, because that's like their specialty. It's skin, hair type stuff, and they would be more knowledgeable on the subject. But anyways, he said that what's going on is that alopecia is an autoimmune disease, and pretty much what happens is that when your body's super under stress, your body decides that the hair follicle is the problem, and your body attacks the hair follicle, causing the hair follicle to pretty much shut down production. Typically the hair does grow back, and that's not an issue, but it does, you know, stop hair production and causes your hair to fall out in that kind of a pattern, not like oval pattern. So I was like, oh, fantastic, that's great. So he said that there are a few treatments available, but that they have been very small studies, and that he didn't feel secure enough in the results, I suppose, to send me on to have those kind of treatments. Of course, if I had said, yeah, I want to do them, like, he would have told me, totally set me up for him. But he said that, you know, he just didn't feel, you know, like there was enough study done to prove one way or the other. So he said that he didn't really feel comfortable with me being a guinea pig and having these treatments done on me, which I think are some kind of, I don't know if it's a steroid shot or what it is, but some kind of a shot they put in the head, like where the baldness is. And then there was one or two others. I don't remember what they were. Pretty much when he said that he doesn't recommend me doing them, I just kind of like clicked him out of my head, because why keep useless knowledge? So the other reason why I didn't look any further into it is because now, since I've had this happen once, I am more likely to have it again. And it's going to take a year for my hair to grow back, pretty much. Other than that, like, I'm having no other health issues from having alopecia. There's no other problems. Things that could happen is I could experience hair loss in other parts of my body, which wouldn't hurt my feelings any. Wouldn't bother me at all. If I lost like all my armpit hair, like, have at it, alopecia. You can like kill all of them hair follicles. It doesn't kill them, but you get what I'm saying. Like, if it wants to, you know, remove the hair from other places, it's not gonna hurt my feelings any. But it's the hair on my head that I got a problem with coming off, and probably my eyebrows. I probably wouldn't like those falling off either. But that's pretty much how he described it, what's going on. It's going to take like a good year for my hair to grow back in the spot that's here in the back of my head. Thankfully, it's in a place that I can cover, so I just do like a super deep part, or I wear my hair up a lot just to cover that spot. But that's what's going on with my hair loss and me having alopecia. So if you have any kind of random, you know, bald spots pop up like that, you might have alopecia. You might want to go to the doctor and get checked out, because again, could be a thyroid disorder, and that's definitely not something you want to let go unchecked. But I hope this video was informative. Maybe you enjoyed it, or you know, you just like wanted to know what was up with my last vlog. Talked about, you know, having my hair falling out, but you didn't want to watch it all. That's what's going on. I have alopecia. My hair fell out. It could happen again. It's going to take a year to grow back. Yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you're new here, I really hope that you hit that subscribe button and decide to stick around. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.